This morning, 4 Swans players embroiled in a sexual assault investigation as they return home to Sydney. New details on the tragic death of Hollywood star Hayden Panettiere. Pauline's push for cheap ciggies have planned to slash the tobacco excise. And Mary's moving on. We'll bring you the new digs for the cheeky Tassie Devil right here on the Sunrise Early News.
Live across Australia, this is Sunrise Early News.
Good morning. The Sydney Swans are in crisis talks this morning with 4 players assisting police in an alleged sexual assault investigation. Isaac Heaney, Chad Warner, Riley Bice and James Jordan have been interviewed by officers after allegations several players were involved in a sexual assault at a Melbourne hotel after the Swans' 36-point win over Essendon. The players reportedly returned to Sydney by car overnight, with the AFL Integrity Unit now investigating the alleged assault claims. New details have been released on the investigation into the tragic death of Hollywood star Hayden Panettiere. Let's go live to Marley Hogan in Washington, DC. Marley, what more do we know?
Eddie, good morning. Well, the coroner has released a preliminary report into the cause of the death, saying that there were no signs of trauma that could have contributed to her death and that the investigation was still underway. Police too saying that there were no signs of foul play or any suspicious activity, but the exact cause of death is still under investigation. Hayden Panettiere began her career as a child star. She had a number of memorable roles, including Remember the Titans. She was also in Raising Helen, and then she went on to become a cheerleader with superpowers in the show Heroes, and she also played a country singer in Nashville. But she made no secret about her struggles with postpartum depression and also alcoholism, and she struggled with the limelight as well. Her father releasing a statement saying that she was an incredible light and a force of nature who brought immeasurable love and joy to all who knew her. Panettiere was 36 years old. Eddie.
We just spoke to her only a few months ago on the morning show there. That interview, we'll bring you more of that during Sunrise. Thank you, Miley. A Special 7 News investigation has uncovered the shocking number of weapons seized in Perth classrooms. Under Freedom of Information, we've accessed police reports that until now have been kept confidential.
This is a replica gun seized by police after initial reports of shots being fired at Balcatta Senior High School. It happened last year, but only now being revealed after a special investigation by 7 News. Parents had no idea until today. Were you made aware of this last year?
No, unfortunately, no, I was not, no. My daughter is in year 9, so yeah, she would have been here last year. So yeah, that's very, very terrible.
I'm so anti-gun anything. I lived in America, so I know all about it.
Using Freedom of Information, 7 News has uncovered a list of weapons seized from schools across the state in 2025. The most shocking, replica handguns. This was a BB gun that shot plastic pellets. So realistic it had Glock branding on the side. At Harrisdale High, a homemade taser rigged together using an electric toothbrush. Another BB gun from Baldiva Secondary College. And a knife at a primary school in Northam. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Other weapons seized from students at our schools includes a flamethrower, a crossbow, knuckle dusters, an extendable baton, a ballistic knife and a gel blaster.
We know that last year in 2025, 40 different prohibited weapons were seized in schools across WA.
The shocking revelation comes just a day after it was revealed WA school children were subjected to more than 1,300 lockdowns last year, mostly triggered by violent threats.
This government has lost control of violence and extreme bad behaviour in too many of our schools.
This afternoon, the Education Department said that these are isolated occurrences, only involving a very small number of students, and says there's no excuse for students to bring a weapon onto school grounds.
It's pretty shocking. But then, how do you prevent it?
It's a question with no textbook solution. Chantel Toohey, 7 News.
One Nation leader Pauline Hanson believes cheaper cigarettes will help curb crime, unveiling a new plan to slash the price per pack to $22, blaming the steep excise for a rise in illicit tobacco sales. Ms Hanson plans to cut the excise by 75% and pause indexation for 3 years. It's an idea previously ruled out by Treasurer Jim Chalmers, who said making cigarettes cheaper will not solve the booming trade in illegal tobacco. Convicted mushroom triple murderer Erin Patterson is preparing to have her day in court again. 3 judges will hear Patterson's appeal to her convictions tomorrow. The 51-year-old mother of 2 was jailed for life last September for murdering 3 of her extended family members and attempting to murder a 4th. Patterson's team says she didn't receive a fair trial, with the prosecution also appealing the length of the mushroom cook's sentence. With the warmer months on approach, Qantas has launched its biggest domestic sale of 2026 today. The airline has released flights from a range of major cities, starting at $99, including new services from Brisbane and Melbourne to the new airport at Western Sydney.
Whether you're locking in a summer holiday, visiting family over Christmas, or getting ahead on Easter travel, these sales mean you can plan your next trip for less.
Travellers can book their next holiday up to a year in advance. Get your hands on tickets before the sale ends next week on Tuesday, August 25th. Well, she's the Gold Coast's most infamous former fugitive, and now she's got her sights set on greener pastures. Mary, the Tasmanian Devil, spent a few weeks on the run after breaking free from her enclosure at Paradise Country in June. She's now moved into new digs, recovering well and slowly being reintroduced into the pack. Mary isn't ready for visitors just yet, but is very excited to be reunited with her mate, Mavka. Indeed. Checking the weather now. Brisbane, shower 2 and 22. Sydney, shower 2 and 20. Canberra, shower 2 and 16. Melbourne, possible showers and 19. Hobart, partly cloudy and 17. Adelaide, showers and 19. 19 in Perth as well. Cloudy day there. And Darwin, sunny and 33. Well, still to come on the Sunrise Early News, a moving farewell for Bonnie Tyler in Wales. And the peace deal expires, what this means for the war in the Middle East. That's next on the Sunrise Early News.